So I'll be talking about things I want Nintendo to add to their online service. Now it's no surprise, but if you're a Nintendo Switch user, you already know that in early 2018, Nintendo is going to be forcing us to pay online if you want to play games online. And at this current moment, we all know Nintendo needs a lot of work on their online service. If they're expecting us to pay anything for their online service, then they're going to need to step up their game and bring us more features. Because if you compare them to the Xbox and to the PlayStation, that does not compare at all. Nintendo is one of the weaker online services, and it's not excusable in 2017, considering even last gen, the Xbox 360 and PS3 had really good online capabilities and online services. Granted, the Xbox and PlayStation are charging $60 to play online, whereas Nintendo is going to be even less than half the price. It's going to be $20 for a full year, so you got to expect less when it comes to the actual online experience. But then again, you got to expect something, because let's say for instance Nintendo was going to charge for online right now, right this very moment. If they were to charge us right this very moment, I don't think a lot of people will be happy with Nintendo's online service for $20 a year. Including myself, I wouldn't be happy as well, because we're missing a lot of features that you have on other systems. For instance, I want Nintendo to add something to do with our friends list, because right now there's no friends list interaction, which means that you can't message your friends on your Nintendo Switch and you can't voice chat with your Nintendo Switch, and those are two really important features when it comes to online if you want to have a fun online experience. That is technically not true, because as you know, Nintendo does have a Nintendo Voice app on mobile, on iOS and Android, but the problem is you are going to be limited to Splatoon as of right now. Sure, they may add other games in the future, but right now you are limited to Splatoon. So your other friend basically has to be playing Splatoon if they want to communicate to you. But the problem with that is it's really clunky. It's not the best experience, and you have to have your cell phone around, and you know cell phones die pretty fast, so it's not that great. I hope Nintendo puts this in the UI of the Switch, so we can talk directly to our friends from the Switch's UI. And I hope it's not just the same game, which means that I hope we can actually talk to our friends no matter what they're doing on the Switch, so we don't have to be playing the same game. So my friend doesn't have to be playing Splatoon, and I don't have to be playing Splatoon. But to be fair, it would be better than nothing, because right now we don't have integrated voice communication on the Switch, except for Nintendo's voice chatting app on mobile. So I would take that over nothing, but I'm really hoping we get some kind of party chat which lets you talk to your friends no matter what you're doing on the Nintendo Switch. That would actually be a very good feature, which we don't have now, because let's face it, right now Nintendo does not have nothing to do with the whole friends list. It's nothing you can do really with your friends list, so no really interaction with the friends list. Another thing people have been talking about in the last couple of days, which Nintendo should add, and I don't see why they couldn't, and it would actually add an addition to the online service. Maybe allow achievements or some kind of trophies or things like that. Now, Xbox and PlayStation had them since last gen, so the 360 and PS3, Xbox 360 and the PS3 had them last generation. So it's nothing new when it comes to these consoles, but Nintendo is late to the party, and it would actually be nice if Nintendo did some kind of achievement system where maybe we can compare achievements with our friends and things like that. That would actually be a very cool thing. Now, if you didn't know, last generation on the Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo kind of had this with the whole stamp thing. In some games you would collect these stamps, and then you can actually use these stamps in the whole Miiverse setting, which was really cool. But then maybe they can bring these stamps over to the Switch, and their achievement system could be like a book you have to open up with its stamps for the achievements, and then each achievement has a different picture for a stamp. Instead of having like the same color trophy or just a little circle for an achievement, they can actually have different stamps, and that would be really, really cool as well. I know also what Nintendo is going to do is they're going to give us, I don't know how it's going to work, and no one really knows how it works, but I know Nintendo is going to be giving us a free game, I think, every month, which is going to be changing every single month. So we will get a free retro game for being a member of their online service. But I hope Nintendo also takes this a little bit farther than just giving us free old school retro games for being an online member of their online service. I hope Nintendo gives us eShop discounts. If Nintendo were to give us eShop discounts on the Switch for being a member, that would actually give you another incentive to actually to be a member of their online service. Instead of just playing your games online, talking to your friends, you can also get discounts. Now that's already a thing on PlayStation and Xbox, and it has been for a while, but that would give you more incentive Now, the last one I'm going to talk about is not really a feature for the Nintendo Switch, or I want Nintendo to add, but it does kind of tie into the whole Nintendo Switch's online service. What I want Nintendo to add, which is kind of a big one in my opinion, I want Nintendo to add more games to their Nintendo Switch in terms of multiplayer games or online multiplayer games. Because right now Nintendo doesn't have a lot of online multiplayer games. Yes, we have some good ones though, I'm not going to lie. We have ARMS, Splatoon 2, we also have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then we have some indie games off the top of my head. We do have NBA Playgrounds, and then we are getting some sports games down the road. We are getting NBA 2K, then we are getting FIFA, so you can see some other online multiplayer games are coming in the future, but I hope we get enough, because if you were to compare what the competition has for online games, there is actually a lot of more online games you can play on the other consoles, whereas Nintendo's console, you don't have a lot to choose from when it comes to the online aspect, so you're limited when you go out to buy an online multiplayer game on the Switch. Well, those are basically some things I want Nintendo to add to the Nintendo Switch to make it a much better experience in 2018 when it launches and we're forced to pay. I know, again, you got to consider that $20 compared to $60, you can't expect the world for $20, but at least they got to give us something more than what they have now, because if they release it right now, like I said, I think most people would be very, very disappointed, and I would be disappointed as well. It wouldn't be worth $20 a year. At least give us some more features than we have now. It's just a shame that Nintendo, when it comes to the online aspect of their systems, including the Wii U, 3DS, and even the original Wii and the DS, Nintendo has always been behind the competition. It looks like Nintendo really never cared about online, but now they're actually gonna have to care about online, because now they're forcing us to pay for online if you want to pay online starting in 2018. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next episode. I'm out, guys.